Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of FPL Backbenchers. This is your host Somnath. Hope you guys are doing well, and I am joined by my co-host Anjan. Anjan, you are in your hometown right now, so you're on a break. So how is it
Yeah,
going? How's everything?
break is going on fine right now. I would be quite busy myself, so it's fine. What about you?
Break must have come at a good time for you, right?
Yeah,
Considering
because
FPL
yeah,
game.
yeah, exactly. My FPL
How
score is pathetic, pathetic. I think 46 or 47 points. I think.
I think that is kind of like the generalization. If you have not done well, you are in kind of mid 40 range. If you have done well by the virtue of either you have Doherty or probably if you're even lucky enough you had to Richarlison, so then you're in the mid 60s or close to early 70s. So yeah, I mean,
I had Doherty in my team, but still I scored 46 or 47.
okay. I had Doherty who did not come out from the bench for me, so I'm stuck in the mid 40s. I have Iheanacho on my bench as well, so I have a lot of point on my bench. Unfortunately, not so much on my playing 11. But yeah, as we know, these things do happen. Who would have guessed that Chelsea would have conceded, I think, 3 or 4 goals? What was it?
Four goals.
4 goals, right? So I played Thiago Silva. He gave me a total of 0 points. So I played him ahead of the Doherty, which seemed like the sensible move at Brentford home. But sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. I mean, the cookie crumbles. So yeah, bad week for us on this podcast of Backbenchers. We are living up to the tag and the name. But like
Yeah,
Backbenchers, we will be rallying ahead to the end of the season, and we welcome game week 32, which is, by the way, incidentally, I don't know, Anjan, if you know this or not. This is uh, a normal game week after probably December. I think the last normal game week happened in December. When I say normal game week, this is the first game week since I've forgotten the date. It was end November or December, wherein there is no double game week or no blank game week. So whatever was a fixture that was meant to happen is happening. Thankfully. So we don't have any postponement, any addition or anything. Going forward from next week onwards, again it will not be the same. So yeah, we get to cherish a normal FPL game week after a very long
yeah, true. Completely agree.
time. Right? Okay. So before we move on to the game week discussion and the week generally that was discussion, uh, quickly guys, whoever follows these regularly, our channel, if you have still not subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button and click on the like button and do share it with your friends so they can also find us on YouTube. So let's move on to the 32 game week, I mean game week 32 pictures. Before we discuss that, let's discuss about the game week that has gone by. So any particular match, Anjan, that was like struck you?
I I like because I was quite occupied with my work. I couldn't see lots of matches. I just saw the Spurs matches, and I think I was very impressed with Spurs. The way they were playing, the way their fluidity was happening around, it was quite impressive. Typical contest style,
Mhm.
exactly to be
And
said.
that came to fruition, and somehow I don't know, Sessegnon probably not being there and Doherty moving to the left back or left wing back for that matter also helped out a lot. I think Emerson Royal, for a change, played a very good game.
Yeah,
And it is surprising. I mean, if somebody has not watched the match and Harry Kane being involved in only an assist when Spurs have scored 5 goals. But yeah, as Anjan pointed out, they were very fluid. They were pretty, you know, uh, on the money, to be honest, and very free flowing as we are accustomed to see the Conte style of football. Wing back attacking very advanced, almost into the box, passing to each other, scoring. Both of the wing backs scored. all in all, things looking good for Spurs, especially for people who have held on to. I think Son, it was coming, it was due, but yeah, he's returning excessively now. I still don't think it's a caution or a reason to switch from Kulusevski to Son if you don't have. Assuming if you already have Kane and already probably own a defender, I still would not be sitting on the panic button of doing that move right away. How do you feel, Anjay? Would you be doing that?
No, I won't be doing that because the first option is that I think Kulo is not a bad option, and the second thing is that I think Kulo is quite cheap, and right now is the like crunch time of FPL, and
Mhm.
like fans are very much important right now. I would be little bit hesitant to stuck my complete fund in Spurs. If I have Son, Kane, and Doherty, it uh, it takes a lot of fun from my team,
I
and
mean,
I want to like
especially it is also not just about funds. I mean, you also have to take into perspective that there are De Bruyne's that you have to take care of. There are probably United who will be having a double game week very soon. I mean, next game week itself, United have a double game week, and they'll also be having a double game week later down the line. So you're kind of targeting the likes of Bruno and De Bruyne. You already have Salah in your team. Then there's Kane. There. It's a very tricky proposition. If you already own Son, it's not a caution to sell him right away, but because Spurs have generally very good fixtures till the end of the season. So, fixture wise, they are pretty much fixture proof in that sense. I feel at least. Barring,
yeah, exactly.
I think even the North London derby, it will not be a very low scoring one. So, it should be a high scoring one. So, from an attacking standpoint, definitely there is no reason to worry about if you already own a Spurs attacker in that sense. But I feel for people, especially like me, because I don't own Son and I have been missing out on his brace and his goal and assist this game week as well. I don't feel it's a reason or a caution to jump onto the bandwagon right away or panic in that sense and probably switch a photo because there are other avenues, there will be other options. So there's no point in choosing that particular or rather putting all your eggs in one basket. Specific. Anjan, another game that I would like to, or like rather you to address, although I mean I am sure you don't want to. So you must have seen at least a bit and highlights, and I'm guessing you've seen the match of Chelsea against Brentford. So what exactly is happening with Chelsea?
I don't know. I think nobody returned from the international break actually.
Hmm.
Uh, the
Actually, it's not
pressing,
that
defending,
long.
everything was yeah. Huh?
I mean, the thing is, there is not much of a what should I say? It's not a very big cause to worry because essentially they have lost a game to Brentford, which can happen to probably anybody in the league at any given point of game week. And Real Madrid
Yeah,
are a really good team, and they have lost to Real Madrid in Champions League. That's not the case, but it's just the performance and the kind of manner
yeah. Actually, it's a what to say manner of the loss which matters. The
to.
way we are playing that is quite symbolic. We didn't address at all. Like
Mhm.
after like winning Champions League, I think we missed two three few chances like here and there. I think the squad needs some strengthening. Definitely, I think after like Chilwell's injury, I don't remember we won a match very comfortably.
Mhm. There was the Reece James match where he absolutely did everything.
Yeah, Burnley match. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was one match that they were pretty comfortable in. But even barring that, I think the standard that Chelsea has set, at least defensively, so that is quite, it's it's quite shocking to see, honestly, that how easily like Chelsea rolled over for each of the Brentford goals, which were pretty like, I mean, training ground kind of stuff that they could have easily averted. It was not. I'm not saying that Brentford did not play well. They played absolutely very well, but these are basic things. So, I mean, is it because why am I asking? It's not like I'm trying to become a football pundit and I'm trying to analyze what Chelsea wrong with Chelsea. Chelsea have double game weeks coming, so I'm just wondering. I
Yeah,
hate to use the word. I don't believe particularly like we at least the ones who have been playing for a very long time in FPL, we like using the phrase that the team is on the beach. But I am not in favor generally of exactly that terminology because I feel the game has progressed from that kind of stance. There are still matches
no,
where the team does not have
no,
anything to
actually,
they
no,
will perform.
actually, we are right now we are right now not in that particular position to go in the beach. I think we are, I think, just 3 or 4 points ahead from Arsenal and Spurs.
Mhm.
Although, like we have like one game in hand, but still, if this kind of performance is there, then we would definitely lose again.
So, because matches, all of them are probably not exactly very easy for Chelsea as well. I think if you have to put Chelsea against Spurs, Spurs have the easier run through at least. Chelsea do have to face United and Arsenal as well in the run going forward. So yeah, that's a cause of concern. The only thing I think caution to the wind would be I would probably now would not be tripling up on Chelsea if that is that's what we are driving at. It's not that Chelsea have suddenly become a very bad proposition for double game week. We'll still invest in their defenders and all, but I would not be feeling comfortable in tripling up on Chelsea. Some people will still might and probably will be paid off handsomely, but I think balance wise, reliability wise, you would probably like to go for reliable teams such as Liverpool, City, a lot of them.
Yeah,
So yeah,
completely agree about that.
okay. Uh, if we are addressing about Chelsea, I think we should also be addressing about Arsenal. I think Arsenal lost 3-0 to Palace. So it's a match that I did watch.
Like Palace away is a very difficult ground. I guess City also, I think, drew against Crystal Palace away, and I think we just got a win. I think in 89 or 87 minutes. It was GX goal. So it's a very difficult place to go. But
Chelsea's
again,
win actually, Chelsea's win was more due to Chelsea not playing well, which is why they scored at the very end. Because very important thing to remember is when Chelsea are playing, uh, already Gallagher is eliminated from the Palace team, and he is absolutely the heartbeat of that Palace team because the kind of pressing that he was doing to the entire midfield of Partey and Zaka and Odegaard as such, single-handedly, I think that was a very defining factor. Shows the caliber of player that he is. So yeah, I mean that was. Uh, I wouldn't say it's a cause of concern. See, we have won 5 matches on the trot, 5 away matches that is. Palace are generally they are not the Palace that used to be because Vieira has completely transformed them into a team that is very progressive in their attacking and everything. So generally very good side. Their pressing, their counter attack, everything was absolutely spot on. Uh, Pressed Arsenal really well, and I feel there was a very big hangover of everybody coming back from international break. So that is something that also affected. And then now there is compounding bad news that Tierney will miss for the entire season. He won't play for this season, and probably Partey is also very doubtful. So at least there might be a chance he will be missing for the next 3 to 4 months. If he can, or he can miss the entire season as well. So yeah, a bit worrying in that sense for Arsenal. But I totally expect us to bounce back against Brighton. Uh, when I say bounce back, I mean Arsenal winning the match. I can't comment as to the comprehension of the win, like how comprehensively we'll be winning. That is very hard for, especially with all the team troubles and everything. Right? So okay, uh, let's move to the game week 32 fixtures, and we can discuss about the rest of the teams accordingly. Uh, First match is Newcastle against Wolves. So bit of a shocker from Newcastle. I think can be considered a
Yeah,
blip.
exactly. Yeah, probably. I think
I wouldn't
I,
read too much into it that they'll suddenly
yeah, exactly.
a lot of goals, but that was again Spurs in their prime form. So
Yeah, exactly. Nobody could imagine that Spurs would score five against them.
they're against Wolves. So when I speak about Wolves,
Yeah,
how do you feel about Johnny specific? He scored in back-to-back matches. So you owned him for the first match. You sold him in the next match for Reece James, who well, we have already discussed. Chelsea. So
yeah, I
yeah,
felt bad completely. I would have scored more points
having done any
if I
transfer.
like, yeah, exactly, and I could have two free transfers for this particular week.
I think
Anyways,
in spite of all this, I don't think any of us would be investing into a Bulls asset anymore because
yeah, yeah, exactly.
specifically, I think they have probably the worst run of fixtures out of all the teams. We'll be looking at the fixture ticker. So, but let's look at the fixture ticker when we are speaking of that. So, as you can see, right at the bottom, Bulls have a very bad run of fixtures. They also have a blank in the upcoming
33.
game week, that is 33. So, yeah, I think it's okay if we are not owning assets from Bulls. I don't think we are huge loss. So, how do you see this particular match going down, Anjan? Newcastle against
I
Wolves.
see, I see Newcastle bouncing back. I see Newcastle winning this match. They are playing in their home turf, right? So I see them winning it by 2-1.
I'll go for a 1-all. I think Wolves still would be giving them kind of competition. They have played very decently, Wolves. I
Yeah,
mean, it's commendable as
agree.
the style. It was a completely new style. New coach came in, and initially, even despite playing well, they lost. I remember 3 or 4 matches on the top. To come back from there, then top half of the table. Good commendable job. Next up is Everton against United. So United dropped points, and how did
I
you haven't watched the United matches?
Yeah, I did watch some in like bits and in bits parts and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I I think United were missing Ronaldo. I think Elanga played quite well in that particular match. I
I
think United were I think United were missing Ronaldo in that particular match.
Mhm. I think United could have easily lost that particular match. Uh, they also could have won that match, but it wouldn't have been easy in that case. I don't have any other way of putting this apart from the fact that United have, United play like very their style of play. everything. It's very uninspiring and shambolic kind of. At least I would be going to them their assets only because they have a double game week. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been interested in United players, even if it's Ronaldo or Bruno. How they play generally seemed very uninspiring. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't say much about them. I don't feel that they would be. This might become famous last words, but I don't feel they will be in the top four. At least as to how they are playing, they don't change something drastically going forward. Uh, I see Spurs ahead of United in that sense, competition wise.
I
So
think I think Spurs have a match uh, against Liverpool also, right? Remaining match, yeah. Spurs has a match against Liverpool, has a match against Arsenal left.
yeah, the Arsenal match is on 12th of May, so that would be I think game week 37. Um, Spurs' match against Liverpool would be yeah, it's in game week 36. So I think Spurs also have a
I,
double.
I I think Arsenal have a much better fixture schedule than Spurs, I
No,
guess.
Arsenal have to play United. Arsenal have to play Chelsea. Arsenal have to play Spurs.
Spurs,
So
okay.
it's
I think it's quite pretty even. I think Arsenal are playing three big teams. Chelsea would be playing, I think, United and Arsenal. Spurs would be playing Liverpool and Arsenal. United would be playing against Arsenal and us. So it's quite pretty even, I guess.
Everton. Why don't you speak
Uh,
about Everton and
well, I
apart
thought
from
I was
whatever the
no,
FPL wrote?
I don't know. Like I think DCL was the penalty taker, and I knew that. Okay, like if like anything penalty happens, then okay, DCL is there. I think DCL took also. I think when Lampard was there in charge, the DCL took one penalty also. I guess which he missed. I guess or I think which he hit the bar or something like that. But as far as I remember, I think he took a penalty. I don't know from where Richardson became the penalty taker. So I
Actually,
was
the
pretty
thing is,
pissed actually.
Richarlison was always he was the original penalty taker. To be honest, if you look at Everton's team, so when Ancelotti came in last season, I think either Ancelotti or Rafa Benitez, I don't remember exactly. Somebody made DCL the penalty taker, and then he started taking penalties. In fact, he was taking penalties at the start of the season as well when he was playing.
No, no, no. Yeah, and yeah. I actually I got that point, but my point is that when Lampard became Everton manager, I think in one particular match Everton got a penalty, and that penalty was taken by DCL.
I'm not sure that that has happened. Are you sure about that? Because I
I
don't
think so.
think the DCL has got any penalty under Lampard. He just type of history.
I yeah, I'm like pretty confident about that. I don't know because I was like literally pissed off when I saw the score line. Okay, I thought okay, fine, might be Richardson was playing quite well. He scored two goals. When I saw those two goals are actually scored by penalty, I was literally pissed off.
Uh, he missed out on a penalty against Brighton that was in game week 21. I don't think Lampard was hired by. It was just before the match of Lampard either, or
No,
Lampard
no, no.
had
I guess no, no, no. I guess Lampard was in charge at the time in game of 21.
Lampard. So I'm not sure about that. Anyways, it's irrelevant. If you actually objectively look at it, Richarlison was playing better than DCL over the
Yeah,
past few months. So
yeah, yeah.
there is no question to
Uh,
that. But then again, yeah, it's a luck factor. It is lucky because uh, at least everybody was operating under that information that DCL was the penalty taker. I think, like how you made the transfer, I actually did not opt for a Everton forward altogether just because I will have to again bench them or sell them out. But for anybody like how Anjan also hopped in and took DCL, I think if you would have known that Richarlison is the penalty taker, probably your inclination and your thing
yeah,
would lean towards
exactly.
Richarlison. So yeah, that's how, as I said, that's how sometimes the cookie crumbles. So barring that, I think it's interesting. Everton might be relegated.
I like Everton schedule is I think quite tough. I think they have to play United. They have to play against us. They have to play against Liverpool also. Uh, in spite of like having games in, and I see them really struggling actually.
Everton's run is Manchester United at home, then Leicester at home, then Liverpool away, then Chelsea away, then they have a double game week against uh, Leicester and Watford. Then they have match against again a double game week in 37 against Brentford and Crystal Palace, and they end the season against Arsenal. So I would like put up my hand and go ahead and say I think Frank does not have any clue as to what he's doing. I I,
Exactly.
I genuinely
Exactly.
said this.
And like Frank Lampard never had clue how to sort out his defense. And I guess like players aren't like helping him out also. Like Keane, like they had I think two or three red cards in like last 3 or 4 matches. So that
I
doesn't
I do
sums
not
up also.
believe this that the players are not helping, and if Lampard would not have also managed Chelsea, because I have seen Lampard leave that Chelsea job and that same Chelsea team go on to win the Champions League final. So that indicates towards me that he absolutely does not have any clue as to what he's doing, because some of his strategies somehow, whatever he says post match, it doesn't somehow does not add up. So it does not fill me with confidence going forward. Like I did not even think about investing into Everton as such, simply because I don't think they play well. Uh, Obviously, you cannot factor in penalty, and to be very frank, I watched the penalties. I don't think both of them were actually penalties. Also, although I got the assist for Gordon's one, I think I didn't feel that it was a very clear and obvious penalty case. But you obviously cannot factor FPL wise penalties into it. But I think I would be comfortable whoever is playing against Everton, because simply because Lampard does not have any clue. Which is
And like one more thing, I think Everton have the most pathetic away record. I think they are quite a decent team when they play at their home.
I don't think
But
they are
they
at home as well. Because, uh,
not exactly decent, but quite okayish kind of team, I
yeah, you'll
guess.
get chances against them. Probably they have faced team with low XG generally. But I think if they face any organized and structured team, beat anybody.
Mm,
I think they will
No, no.
beat
Actually, actually, they played against in City. They played against Man City at their home. They, I think they played quite well in that particular match.
what was the score line
It was 0-1, owned by City,
won by City,
and
right?
that
So that
yeah,
was essentially I feel it was essentially a managed match against City, simply because City had to play Champions League or something in between, if I'm not wrong. But nonetheless, I mean, it doesn't matter how they played against City. That one-off match does not define Everton. Everton is defined by their position on the table and what they are doing generally on and off the pitch. I don't think I'm not very bothered as to if Everton will be relegated or not, but uh, I don't feel comfortable. I don't think, as I said, I don't feel Lampard has a clue as to what he's doing. So yeah, I'll be very comfortable captaining anybody against Everton. It's also a big consideration for a lot of people whether they should, at least I was also thinking on this line. I would like to believe people are thinking on this line. So there is a case to be made for if you are looking to punt, you can sell Salah and go to Bruno this game week itself. You are getting this Everton match, and also you will be getting, I think, a double game week. Not I think you'll be getting a double game week in which one of the matches is against Norwich. Obviously, the other match is against Liverpool. But I think that's a better proposition than Liverpool facing Man City and United. So, what do you think the
Your
score?
scoreline,
Yeah, I think
Ever,
3
ever,
3-1 to United. I believe Ronaldo would be playing in this match. So,
I would go for a 2-1 United win.
Arsenal, Brighton, another team. I
Yeah,
think they just. I was watching them.
Brighton. Brighton is the only team which is already in the beach, I guess.
They're not on the beach. Again, I don't. I think that phrase and terminology has changed because nobody right now is at the beach, or at least the professionalism of football has moved on from that due to all the money that is involved. No, none of the owners would encourage anybody being on the beach. They would not like to see. But I feel then also obviously motivations and what you are going for does play a huge factor. So yeah, I I'm not saying Brighton are not playing well and they don't have anything to play for, but they somehow don't have the prowess to score. They do create a lot of chances, but they just cannot score. So yeah, I think it's pretty clear they will have to buy a forward going into the summer window. But as of now, I think it should be a pretty easy win fixture for most teams that do have to, something to play for. Yeah, Arsenal against Brighton. I think despite Arsenal's trouble, I think we should be winning this match. I will be going for a 2-0 against Brighton.
Similar kind of scoreline for me.
What is similar kind of goal line? One and a half, one and a
2
half,
2-0.
same score line, not similar. Southampton against Chelsea. Why don't you take this? I don't. I somehow right now cannot figure what out about Southampton. So they are like a very. They're like the Joker card in a deck of cards. Some days they turn up, some days they don't. James Ward-Prowse is on a phenomenal kind of a season. Yeah. So why don't you call this particular match? What do you think will
I
be the?
think I think Chelsea would bounce back. I guess. I think manager also gave lots of criticism to the players. Now I think it depends on the players how they respond to this particular two continuous defeats. And I guess we would win this match. I think probably we would win by 2-1.
I did not follow the Champions League tie. Did Thiago Silva start the Champions League tie? Did he play?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Would he be starting Southampton match?
Probably yes.
Okay. 2-1 to Chelsea. You're saying? I actually don't have a prediction for this match. I would think that keeping a clean sheet should be the priority somehow, but yeah, I'll also go for a 2-1. But I think Southampton might just nick something. Next, we have Watford against Leeds. So, what do you
It
think
would
about
be like a cricking game, I guess. Hopefully, we can see lots of goals in this particular match. I
it?
hope
I
it's
don't
not
think
a.
so.
I hope it's not a 0-0 kind of match.
No, it won't be a 0-0 kind of match, but I don't uh, see or feel that Roy Hodgson would be going on to the field with a message that attack. So it will be
No,
about
no. Watford are in such a position. They have to definitely win this particular match.
yeah, but they can also win. I think what Roy Hodgson's thing would be to protect the clean sheet and hit them on the counter because they do have players like Sar and Dennis who can hit on the counter. They are pretty very quick and very able to do that. So um, I think Leeds are almost secure. I'm not wrong.
No, 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 not yet.
They still need one win. I think probably one win.
Not one, not one win. They, I think 4 or 5 teams are there in that relegation fight,
I don't
and
see.
one of them is I think Leeds.
Okay. Just let me have a quick look. I think they should be pretty secure. I'm not wrong. Uh, so what's your scoreline prediction? Why don't you go ahead and predict that?
I would go for a 2-2 kind of draw.
Leeds already have a 6 point difference from Burnley, who are in the last relegated position. So yeah, I think that 6 point gap is probably one more win and Leeds are secure. I don't think they will be in any harm's way. Uh, Pretty much Norwich and Watford are getting relegated. I don't see how that can be saved. Uh, the last position should be between Burnley and Everton, considering they both have played similar matches, same number of matches. Both have played 29 matches, so both of them have 9 matches to go. Leeds, although they have played 2 more matches, but they are 5 points ahead of Everton. So I think they're pretty safe. Should not be an issue.
No, no, they are not safe. I guess. You can see the picture of Leeds. I think Leeds pictures is not that good. I guess.
No, I'm not saying
Uh,
mathematically safe, but I think on a comparative scenario, I think Leeds. Personally, for me, that's what I feel. You might disagree to that. You might think that they are in a relegation matter. I don't think they are in a relegation matter. They did won back-to-back matches, and I think yeah, they're pretty good. One more win, and I don't see Leeds going down. Considering they'll get on a different results as such, so they need one more win. So
No,
what?
one more win in I think if they have played 31 games, I think one more win in 7 games, that is pretty low, I guess. They need, I think, 2 3 games win. You
No, you're not getting my point. I'm not saying that they'll be losing the rest 6 matches and they'll be winning one match. I'm saying that if they win the next match, they're more or less assured. Considering that they will obviously win more matches going down the line, they'll win 1 or 2 matches here and there. So I don't think they are as much of a threat wherein they have to win all the matches. Every match they don't have to win. They can afford to lose matches, one or two.
Yeah, yeah.
That was my whole point. So, what is your scoreline prediction?
I went for a 2-2 draw.
Compared to football? I will go for a 2-1 win in favor of Leeds against Watford. I don't see how Watford can turn around Leeds. Villa against Spurs. Interesting match.
I think Villa have lose the champ. Villa are not playing that very well. Particularly, they don't play as good as they play away. I think I think Spurs are right now in a different form. Uh, I see Spurs winning it comfortably, probably by 2-0. or by 3-1.
Um, I'll also go for a C1. I'll go for a C1 in favor of Spurs. Uh, yeah, Villa. I think they are kind of in a iffy kind of a form. Uh, Even in their last match,
Against
it was
Wolves.
just like considering it was against Wolves. Yeah, I mean they do make it difficult, but then again, I felt it was kind of a nothing performance from Villa one.
Yeah, yeah. And like one more thing, it was a derby match for them.
Mhm.
Wolves versus Villa is always a derby match, and the way they played in a derby match, I think I think they are almost done for the season.
Yeah, I do agree. 3-1 to Spurs. Spurs are winning. Brentford against West Ham. Bowen is back.
They should, yeah. Bowen is back. I think
Or in
Eriksen
all
is
the
also back.
in all these stuff it was that. I think Bowen has
Yeah,
been a standout player this season. So yeah, he deserves a
I,
mention. Back.
yeah. I think this would be a very interesting match. West Ham have been good. West Ham have been pretty decent. I think it would depend on the Europa League uh, result, I guess. Like I think West Ham would be tired because they have to play a match on Thursday.
Mhm.
And considering that, I think Brentford would be fresh enough. Uh, I would go for a 1-1 draw in this match.
I don't see West Ham losing this match. I will probably go for a 2-1 win for West Ham, but if they are tired of it, I don't. Then in that case, it'll be probably a draw. Leicester against Palace.
Uh, I think Leicester played quite well against United. Particularly, Madison was
Mm-hmm.
on another level. I think Harvey Barnes also had a very decent game. Um, I think Leicester would probably win this match by 2-1.
Wardy has been declared injured even further.
Yeah,
Unknown
yeah,
return.
yeah, yeah.
So that probably
Unknown written list.
that probably to
So
secure Ian
so
just
prob yeah, exactly. That's the part.
yeah, well, Palace are in form. I mean, at least if it is anything to go by, I think Palace have been generally very good at their home. I
Yeah.
don't think there is any match that they have not scored in at their home. So yeah, they have been doing pretty well at their home. Mm. I like to say that Leicester. I'll probably go for a 2-all draw. I see this being a goal scoring match. So yeah. Uh, Norwich against Burnley.
Uh, I think Norwich have nothing to play for, and Burnley have everything to play for. I think especially the second half performance against Everton would have inspired them. I see I see Burnley winning it by 1-0.
I'll go for the same score line. Uh, I think we need to speak about Weghorst.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think he played in a 160 minute one shot. That's that's all. And the what to say? And the better thing is that he would be staying in our team because he has a double game week in 33, and I think he is the next Denison King in our team.
What does that say about me? I did not even have Weghorst. I bought Weghorst for this particular game week. But anyways, I feel I think there is a bit of a pattern kind of emerging for Weghorst in the sense I feel he's a better away player than a home player. Uh, Performs sort of. I don't know if they set up differently or not, but I feel he's a much better away player than a home player. So yeah, uh, I would also go for a 1-0 to Burnley. I think Burnley should win this match, and Everton should lose their match, and Everton will be in the relegation zone for the first time. Last
Hopes.
match, the season-defining match, City against Liverpool.
Yeah, it's very hard to predict actually.
2-1 to City.
Um, I would also go for a City win. I would go for a 1-0 City win.
I don't know if it'll be a nil or not, but yeah, I will go for 2-1 City. I think. Uh, do you see Salah scoring in this match? He generally has a good record against City.
He has good against City in their home, I guess. I think his record against City in Etihad, I think that's not very good. I don't see Salah scoring this match
Not aware about
unless
it,
and
but he
unless
generally
and
does turn up for the big matches.
yeah. But still, I don't think Salah would score in this match unless and until it's a penalty. I
Okay.
think I think like Jota and Diaz has been pretty good for them
Jota especially
lately.
has really good.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
am impressed with Jota. So yeah, who would be your captaincy choice? The difficult game week for captaincy. So who are you thinking?
Well, I am more inclined towards Kane right now. I do have Salah in my team, but again, considering the match, considering the atmosphere and all, I would go for a Kane captaincy, I guess. And you?
From the present stock of players that I do have, I think yeah, Kane is a good choice. I think Martinelli would be a good punt. I can see him scoring. Uh, yeah, but out of all, if not from the players that you own, who do you think is the best captaincy shout? Kane still.
Mm, I think United have a very good future against Everton.
I was about to say that. I think somebody from United is also uh,
Somebody like Ronaldo or someone would be a very good fun.
seems like a good choice.
And yeah, and I think uh, probably Chelsea meet like Havertz or someone.
I don't think we're going there right away. Maybe, but yeah, I think Kane
Yeah,
should be. Should be. Anyways, moving on, we should quickly. I think I'm sure everybody, most of you who are watching, since we are recording pretty late, this particular podcast we have been recording pretty late. We are extremely sorry for that, but just life caught up with us and very busy. But you guys will be knowing the double game week fixture. But still, if you're not aware about it, there there is no double game week obviously for 32, but there is a double game week in 33 wherein double seven teams are double. You can see them on the screen. That's United, Leicester, Arsenal, Newcastle, uh, Southampton, and Burnley. So these are the seven teams that are having a double game week. And we have also been announced the game week 36 double game week and 37 double game week for certain teams. So we will probably get into an elaborate double game week discussion probably next game week. Uh, but generally speaking, if we can quickly touch upon chip strategy, and then so let's not talk about our chip strategy because that in any case we'll be talking in when we are in our team section. But most people either they only have one free hit chip or it's a combination of a free hit and a bench boost. So how would you would have approached if that was the case?
I
No,
think like uh, like 36. Can you read out the team which have double game within 36?
36, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester. I'm not reading the fixture. I'm just stating the teams that have
Yeah,
double.
exactly.
Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester, Spurs, Leeds United, Everton, Villa, Norwich, Watford. 10 teams.
Yeah, probably City would also be added in that list.
Can go open. Yeah. City against
Yeah,
Wolves. So,
yeah.
can
So, like considering the fixture, I think like Chelsea, Liverpool, I think five of them have a double game week in 37. So, like if you can set up a team for 36, I think you can use your free hit in 33. It's not a bad option because 33 you would be having players from those particular team which which you might not which you might not which you might not carry forward also, like probably Newcastle, probably United. So I think free 33 is not a bad option because in 36 I think 9 or 10 teams are having a double game week. Irrespective of your free hit team, I think you would probably have I think 8 to 9 players, and like probably with 1 2 transfer or a hit or a -4 or -8, you can easily get 11 players in your team. I
uh,
guess free 33 is not a bad option for me.
uh, for me, particularly, if you only have just the free hit chip, I would probably avoid 33. If you only have free hit. If you have a combination of free hit and bench boost, which a lot of people do have, personally, I would like to, if you can play and if you think it's a strong bench that you have, probably it wouldn't be possible this game week, but if 33 you have a decent bench because a lot of teams like City and all they do have decent fixtures. So if you can manage that, I would probably would have played the bench boost then because uh, there will be a lot of volatility in the season as it progresses towards the back end of the season. A lot of different factors, lot of rotations, and lot of points to be covered and different strategies of playing because teams would be essentially playing for points. So it's not essentially like going for the goal. It's also about play management and just securing the clean sheet and scoring one goal on the counter. So a lot of factors. So I would not be in preference to build a team from now onwards till 36 just to bench boost then because there is no guarantee that those players will be at all be part of that bench boost or they can miss out. Like Gordon missed out this game week in the first half of first match rather. And if you have only one free hit chip, then definitely I would not play in it in 30. Either play it in 36 or you can save it for even later. 37 also is a double game week. Already four teams have been announced. Probably Chelsea's fixture might not be, but City is not guaranteed to be in 36. They can be in 37 as well. So yeah, something to keep in mind. Anyway, then Anjan, let's move on to your team. Um, you, as I see, you have Ramsdale in goal, Doherty, Cancelo, James, Trent, Kulu, Saka, Salah, Rafinha, Weghorst, and Kane captain. So first of all, how many? What are your chips that are left? How many transfers do you have
Uh,
right now? And any chips if you're playing, and what is your budget in the bank?
I have as usual 2 free hit and triple gifted left,
Mhm.
and I think my budget is I think I have 1.1 in my bank, I guess. And this week I'm thinking of removing Salah. I would probably remove him for someone like KDB or Sterling. If I had to remove Salah, so I would definitely move for a City midfielder. That's my plan. Or I can probably save my transfer and use my 2 free transfer in gaming. 33 also.
When are you using your chip? You're not using chip in 33.
Uh, Probably not. I'm not using my fleet on 33. Probably I'm not using my chip on 33. Uh, I would I would wait for the semi-final of FA Cup to be completed in 33, and I will do and I will see if Chelsea gets a double game week in 34 or 35. So that particular week, I might use my triple captain. My triple captain is basically either it's on Chelsea or it's on City. Yes, sir. That's my plan.
Uh, what was your transfer? Would be Salah to KDB.
Salah to KDB or Sterling.
Let's move on to my team. I have chips wise. I have the same chips left. I have two free hits and one triple captain. Triple captain. My thought process is similar. I would preferably triple captain. I would if Chelsea have a favorable double game week, or preferably I'm looking towards City having a preferable double game week where I can use the triple captain. My present team is Pope, Cancelo, Thiago Silva, Doherty, Kulu, Martinelli, Salah, Rafinha, uh, Nacho, Weghorst, and Kane. I have 3.3 million in the bank and I have one free transfer. So this can actually vary. My plans vary from a very varied range of options. Uh, First thing that I'm concerned about is I have Robertson on bench. I can't figure out a way as to where can I play. So would you play Robertson over Cancelo, Silva, or Dor? First question.
I would play Robertson ahead of Silva.
So I was also thinking that, and since you said that probably Chelsea would concede a goal and Silva is not exactly confirmed to start the match, I would probably do that. So Robertson would be coming and Silva will be going on the bench. One option is I don't do anything. I just roll my transfer. That being the scenario, then I would be having two free transfers. Then probably I won't be, or if I'm using a free hit next game week, then I'm burning a transfer. So I'm wasting a transfer. That is the case. Or else the consideration that I have is I probably ditch Salah and I go for somebody like a Bruno. Uh, so that ways I also get a double game week player again for next game week as well. And I would have funds to move for somebody like a KTB. The idea is Rafinha would be blanking right next game week if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so I will have to remove Rafinha in any case. But Rafinha does have a good picture this game week, so I can upgrade to City because City essentially has the match against the best opponents. I will probably not be comfortable going for a City midfielder against Liverpool. Much more comfortable with City because City have an amazing run from the next game week onwards till the end of the season. So yeah, definitely would like to cash in on that. So yeah, that's my thought process right now as to what am I thinking of doing. Free hit wise, this question has been asked to me a lot of times. So what am I doing with my free hit? Definitely one of the free hits would be in 36, irrespective if I can have a team even without free hit because I think what free hit does is give me powers to pick the best players, not just have a team of 11 double game week players. So I can actually pick players that I want. I can go for certain differentials, which might be a difference. Otherwise, all the teams are pretty much template. Another one I'm not sure of. If I'm not playing in 33, then I think I'll be going for a 30, maybe 38 is what my think of.
Okay. Your captaincy option for this week? You're going for a Kane?
As of now, I have it on Salah. Uh, Probably, if I'm not doing anything, I would end up. I'm tempted to captain Martinelli. But not really. Haven't decided on that.
Uh, do you think Saka would be a decent captaincy option?
Can be. It, I like to play aggressive. I'm not advocating that you should go ahead and captain Arsenal's players, but I think to gain anything, we do play for our mini leagues and all. So this is the last stretch of the season. So yeah, if I have to push, then I have to push. That's just how I play. I might just drop out of and drop down a lot, or I might get a rank. So but it's into consideration. I'm not sure because if I'll be moving Salah out, excuse me. So definitely whoever I am bringing in place of Salah will be my captain. So that's
Okay, cool.
anything else you want to touch upon? Might have.
Nothing else.
I think you might not be available for the next pod.
Yeah, probably. Uh, I would like. mm, Probably I won't be available, but I may be available also. I would be telling you by Sunday.
Okay. So if anybody is interested to come onto the pod, give me a holler. You know where to find me. My Twitter handle is
Yeah,
on the screen, and you can drop us a DM. We can probably make something happen. Anyways, that's it, guys. Signing off. Hope you guys have a wonderful game week. The deadline is tomorrow, by the way, so don't forget that.
deadline is Friday.
That
Remember that.
that's important.
Okay.
So it's 11 p.m. tomorrow, right? Or rather, today. By the time you're getting this podcast, we already Friday. So yeah, make sure of that. Don't miss the deadline. Stay happy, stay healthy, and hope you have a wonderful game. Bye bye.